Hello, we have a game between single-digit Q players played on OGS where black won by 24.5, but that's because white died pretty big on the right side. Actually, there was not much to do when white tried to invade and erase that Moyo, so let's check it out. So far so good. Now, going for the middle of the side, it's not the highest priority in Fuseki. Black should consider either a Shimari in the lower left corner. Well, the modern one is to play d6. Also, the large Shimari or game c6, it's an option. Or black can attack the white corners in the top. So either play a move like c14, r14, or invade the Sansan. This would be the top choices right now. Playing the middle side extension, it's a bit slow in the beginning of the game. So first black gets two corners, white takes two corners, then black challenges white for his corners. So white did a pretty good Kakari in the lower left corner. Of course white can play the low approach, which is more trendy, and then simply extend back for a base, or attack the lower right corner to be more active. But it's nothing wrong to play the high Kakari, which is the old school move. So black simply came on here, white attaches, very good, pull back, hanging connection, and now with this move white is trying to build too much. Actually, this kind of move going for the center, it's trying to set up a moyo, but in this case white needs a base, so either extend c8 or c9. In this case c9 works fine because white already has a stone in the top left corner. When black has a stone at d16, it's better to play c8 instead of c9, but c9 is pretty good distance here. And later in the game white can consider moves around f6 to expand from the side towards the center, but in order to finish the Joseki it's important to extend for a base now. So this would be a basic pattern. Now playing here, black can invade the left side, which he did, and now white extends, but even so it feels like white already wasted a move here. So if we imagine that white plays the extension and black comes inside at c10, white will never jump out at f6 but attack from the left side in order to remove black's potential base on the side. So now black is on the run, and this is more active play by white. White can take another big point or just approach a corner. So black could play even closer, c9. So when white attacks from the top side, black will make a base, and this way white is simply floating in the center. And if white extends on the lower side to fix a base, the group is over concentrated. But playing c10, it's also a pretty nice move because it creates MI between extending towards the top or make a base towards the bottom. So either way it's fine for black. Now the difference is quite sensitive. It's very safe for black to play a two-space extension. In this case, white can also play Ogema in the top to put more emphasis in developing the top side. Black usually slides, white protects the corner or simply Tenuki. But it's actually big to protect the corner in Sansan because later on white can use b14 Tesuji in order to capture the cornerstone and increase his territory. So let's say we have something like this on the board, and usually in the middle game or close to endgame stage, it's good for white to capture the stone like this. And now having the Ogema in the top, white just builds a bigger corner compared to having g17 at f17. So Kosumi, and black attacks from the inside. This is quite aggressive but a fine decision. Black can also play r14 and then approach the top left corner at g17 and extend for a base in the top. So like this, black spreads his stones pretty much all over the board. White doesn't have to kick. It's good enough to play r14 and fix the corner, then play away. This kick is sometimes questionable. Black should simply go up, white defends the corner, and then black extends 3 space from the 2 space in the top, so that's an ideal shape. That's why the exchange in the top to play p17 for o16, it's somewhat questionable for white. Playing the Hane actually an Atari makes white stronger in the top corner, and black is still somewhat over concentrated like this. White can cut right away, and if black defends, white takes a Ponuki and black still needs to extend for a base. Anyway, O3 is good directional play and it's a large point in Fuseki. This move allows the Sansan invasion. It's generally better to think about a tight defense like R6. Well, actually Q6 is possible too, but having the stone on the 4th line at Q11, it's quite nice to alternate third line with 4 lines, so R6, the territorial defense, is just a good option in this case. So here, white should take the corner right away. If black simply blocks Q3, push, and make the life in the corner, this exchange is just to create an empty triangle in black's formation, then Han and leave in the corner, and now after white scoop out the corner, can also use the Agi of O3 and simply make a base in front of the wall. So black has this kind of wall, but it's very difficult to compensate losing the corner, because on the outside black is facing white stones. So this is a good result for white locally. Now playing this move, white can kick or play game at p2 to put pressure on the tiny base. And well, if white blocks, black will go up, white extends, and black just builds more on the right side. Then black can go all the way to the top left corner and extend back. So this feels a bit over concentrated on the bottom for white, therefore white could take advantage here. H3, it's a bit too conservative. Normally, locally black can extend J3, but his group is very strong, so if black plays P3 or P2 and white extends again to H3, this lower left corner, it's still alive, so black can play away right now. Black can also defend G2, but even without G2, black is safe. I mean, when white tries to take away the base, something like this can happen, and black can go out. That's one option, or just leave locally in the corner, either like this or descent. So this group is alive. If white tries to kill with this key point, white has to go down and black will just make two eyes like this. And if white tries to false the eye this way, black can throw in and attack from the outside. So there is no way for white to connect here and create a dead shape, therefore black can make two eyes. So black can ignore several times and still live in the corner, which means he doesn't need to play a move like h3. This is just over concentrated. Playing p3, it's an option, and then approach j3 to put some pressure on the clamp formation white gets here. But h3 is just soft. So white slides. White can think about the attach and crosscut in order to fix his bottom in center. And still, white can go Sansan. If black blocks r4 to keep the right side, black is a little bit over concentrated because his q7 is too close to his own thickness. So black will just probably separate. Anyway, playing q2 it's also fine, but when black blocks at r3, now his q7 looks to be in the right spot to build more. But at least white shape is also nice on the bottom compared to allowing the p3 kick, which makes white over concentrate. This move is not only right now, it's a good endgame move, but if you look all over the board, it's more interesting for white to attack all the way to k17. If black connects, white extends in the top, and now black got into a cramp formation here, while white builds like half of the top side. So this way the territorial balance starts to look good for white. So black answered, and white plays away. Well, white had cutting points here, so instead of playing Atari, it's more interesting to cut. But it's still okay to attack from the top. So black extends, that's a good decision. White can capture a stone, and it's probably center because next he can go n17. In fact, this happened in the actual game. f17 is a good point. This approach is probably black trying to increase the right side, but it's not going to threaten anything because white can always capture. So on the right side, black can go r14, and later on he can slide s16. Anyway, good for white to capture this stone. But white doesn't need r15. White is already strong enough in the corner. So white should either start attacking the left side group with a cap move, or remove the base playing on the second line. And now black group, it's on the run, and this way white can get stones in the center while attacking, so it will be much easier to fight later on. Also, when white gets some moves in the middle, it's easier to invade the right side. This just feels a bit too conservative. Well, white is safe in the top right corner, but black got stronger on the right side, so now it's a bit tougher to invade. Okay, the h18 endgame move again. This move doesn't really threaten the lower group because that's a very thick formation, so white again should think about a way to attack the left side instead. And this way, white can grow the center. Also, it's still good to consider a move like q9. If white delays an invasion on the right side, black can play two forcing moves here and just expand the right side. So all of a sudden, this moyo will be very large and hard to reduce or invade. Black doesn't need to go out between the groups here because the lower left leaves as it stands. So the proper move would be to jump on the left side. If white plays another move like j4 or j3 just to surround the left, it's not such a big deal because this group is still alive. So playing here seems a little bit soft. In fact, black can think about the attach to put more pressure on the bottom group. Then block like this, Atari, Atari again, and jump in the center. So in case white is trying an invasion, it's easy for black to surround and kill everything. So this move, white covers. White played many stones in this area, and in the end, there's not enough profit for all the effort here because all these stones, they seem to turn into neutral points eventually. So again, black should jump out and reduce this kind of white influence. White has this wall that exerts some power towards the center, but black can just play a jump and remove all that potential. This schema is nice to increase the moy on the right side. p14 exchange is no need. That's the kind of move you play as a cotret. And this move is also not necessary because already the top right corner is alive, so it feels very slow to play there. Now white can think about some moves to reduce the right side by jumping around here and then next threaten the invasion q9. So black will probably block and then put some pressure on the group on the left. This cap is a nice option, so if black comes in between, white can use the Tesuji to remove the base. And now black's group is on the run. So when black blocks here, white connects under this way. When black covers here, white can connect under this way. And the group is still floating. So this is how white can use the influence to attack very strongly a weak group on the left side. But n15, it's very slack. So black keeps increasing the right side. Oh, finally, white thought about a plan to attack the left side. But this attach may help black fix. Instead of going down, black can play Atari to force white into a bad shape and then connect on the outside. So this way, black makes I shape and also reduces the center. Now here white can think about the double hane. So black needs to Atari and extend. And this way white can build some points in the center. Actually white can just extend and extend again. So all of a sudden white has some potential in the middle that can turn into a pretty large territory. But white didn't continue the attack on the left side. This way black can Atari and play the hanging connection. So all the potential in the middle is gone now. White is losing momentum. All these jumps in the middle seem to become kinda neutral. That's a bit desperate move. Black can hane and on the crosscut simply capture the stone in a ladder. And even if white connects in the center like this, black can come from the other side. And if white plays the hane and extend in the center here, black can enter from the right. So white is not going to build that much. Well, like this, white destroys a few points on the right, but loses the potential in the middle. Actually, white should turn, and then when black jumps, white can also jump on the right side. Yeah, black keeps the right side safe. Double hane finally. Hane is good. There are some cutting points here, so white should pay attention. And black just made life. That's the key point, very good. Now black enters the middle, being connected. It was to play the jump or Atari, one stone, oops, then push. So white, black is playing very conservative because he knows the right side is good enough to win the game. Wait, so here black could continue with Kosumi and hane, Atari, oops, I mean connect, Atari, connect, cover. Then when Atari here, black has white has to connect. Black has very good flow here. White has to answer all these moves to stay alive. And then hane sente and clamp. So this would be a pretty large win for black. Without counting, I'd say black is at least 20 points ahead. L16 is not really needed. Very good point for white to push here. And normally white has to turn q4 and then hane on the first line in center, then also hane on the first line from the right. Well, here black can connect solely to leave less quadrats. Okay, that happened. This push is not necessary because it's only 1 point if black plays the Atari. White can play the attach and then clamp, then connect. So when black plays Atari here, just connect. Playing the push here, it's only 1 point, and black got a few extra points in the middle. Connecting here, it's also small. Black can push like this, threatening the snapback. Black should hane under in center and then capture the top stone. If white plays away, black will hane and push again in center. So this will damage like 10 points in the top. First a gote move and then a center follow up. Black could just extend here. Atari connect, and later after all the neutral points are filled, black will play one more move inside. White is trying a desperate invasion on the right side. Here black should hane, because if white cuts, it's a capture, self Atari, and white has to go down, and this way black actually protects in center. So now black has time to play g18. Black still going very conservative. The clamp here is better to expand his eye space and also damage more points in the top. Black didn't want to risk anything this game. Finally, the big capture in the top. This Tetsuji, it's not necessary because black can just hane on the first line, and if white blocks, black can start a ko. So white will probably just pull back. So black can push more in center and then push from the left side. Well, here white again needs to crawl back and then connect. So here white can go down when black cuts, Atari, push and push along, and the semi, it's fine for white. Nothing to worry about. Those stones are captured in the top. So if white goes down, black still needs to play hane and push in center on the first line. But that's a minus to play e18 and allow the descent. So black should consider f19. Now black took gote in the top instead of center. Actually, when white played Atari, black should hane, play the center sequence in the top left corner and then connecting gote. Center versus gote, very important. This move is not an option. Just hane and leave it like this. So if white plays Atari inside, or let's say e1 to be fancy and try a capture, nothing to worry about. In fact, black can play here. So black has two eyes, no problem. L1 it's also not necessary because there's enough space to make two eyes here. And also white is not in the position to lose more points. If black hane, white connects. If black throws in, white plays here. Push, block, connect. So there's more than 16 square inside. White will leave. That's just too conservative. This can be dangerous. Wow. It shouldn't happen. Actually here, white should take away liberty. And then connect. But, wait. Oh, I should just play Atari under and leave the position like this. Black dies inside. Nothing happens. Of course, black can try Atari here and turn and cut, but there's nothing to do. White leaves locally. So actually the game was much closer than I thought. Because here, white is losing a corner that he shouldn't. Also just playing Atari and push again and it's all fine. On this cut, capture the two stones. So Atari from the outside was a big misread. And if this happens, when white blocks, Atari connect, turn, block, Atari, then white needs to Atari from this side, capture, and there is no way to win the semi anymore. Because when this Atari push, ouch. Alright, so the only option was to Atari b5. Now it's some sort of ko. Actually, white can play hane under. And on this move, difficult to fight this ko. Yeah, white will lose the semi. Terrible snapback. And it's hard to fight that ko. So quite lucky capturing the lower left corner by black at the end. White could block. That's over 20 points. So that's how black actually won the game. Ooh, more captures here. Here white should connect. And that's it. Black is captured. White doesn't even have to worry about. Hmm. So white was actually winning the game before these two blunders at the end. So it all came down to basic reading. Too bad. Doesn't work to throw in because black will be faster still. Ouch. So I tried the desperate invasion on the right, but black is just too thick in this area. No way to live inside. Yep. And white actually lost many points because black kept passing on the right side. So in fact, this game was lost in the lower left corner and in the middle towards the very end stage. Unbelievable, but it happens. I hope you enjoyed this review and play stronger next time.